I wanted to come talk about this generational curse, generational pattern. You see, how is that possible? It's possible physical and it's possible spiritual. It's possible physically and it's possible spiritually. You understand? Because if this grandmother is the teacher, okay? This grandfather is the teacher. They're the leaders in that family. They start a family tradition. They start a family pattern. They start a family program. So they teach it to their children. But where did they get it from? You see? Whatever you have, it's within you. It's already within you. If somebody teaches you something, it's on the outside, the teacher. And in order for it to get on the inside, it has to go through the portals. You see, the pores. So if the parents have this type of spirit, whichever type of spirit, good, bad, bittersweet, ugly, pretty, evil, you see, godly, that's within. And so they're teaching it to someone outside of them. That person is picking up on their physical energy and they're being fed spiritually. They're being fed spiritually because what they're learning is coming from the outside, going on the inside. Anything that comes from the outside and gets on the inside has to go through a portal to affect your spirit and your soul. That's why they got in there. God says, I am the head and not the tail. Because everything comes through the portal, the head. All of the portals are on the head. And the tail is where everything comes out. Shit. Caca. Poo-poo. You see what I'm saying? Feces. Everything got to go in here. What are we allowing in there? Because once we allow it in there, we have fed our spirit and soul. So the generational patterns are being repeated because the parents are teaching it to the children. It's in their spirit when the child is in their womb. The child gets that spirit while it's in the mother, connected through that energetic web, weave, thread, umbilical cord. Energy is flowing from one to the other. Whatever the mother's energy is, that's the energy it's feeding the child. Whatever the mother eats, that's the food it's feeding the child. Y'all got to understand connection. Everything is connected. Everyone is connected. All there is one source, one frequency. This is why he must hold this narrative, so he can affect that one frequency. That frequency is love. So we're repeating these generational patterns, and they are very much aware of that. They are very much aware that we're repeating them. This is why they set up our environment. Color folks, brown folks, chocolate folks, any folks, but they do the most to a brown people. They set the environment up because they're watching us. They see our patterns, our behaviors, our programs that we're being taught in the home. So they set up a situation outside of us that connects with what's in us. And now we think what's in us is acceptable because it's on the outside. But the spirit and the soul is not happy, which means the soul knows everything. The spirit was affected by what it took into the portal. So if it was affected by what was taken into the portal, it could be affected in another way by being given something else through the portals. I hope you got that. We can feed the portals all of the low vibrational rut gut, negative, bad influences, and that's what that spirit is going to operate under. And we can feed that spirit loving, hopeful, optimistic, uplifting encouragement. And that's what the spirit will connect to and behave and function in. This is why he must hold the narrative. And I say he because he must be at the top, the head, because God said, I am the head and not the tail. And they know our five senses of how we sense this world and experience this world is on our head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and touching, feeling. They're here. And once you take it in here, Christ consciousness is in there. That third eye, that all-seeing eye, this is how you interpret what you're taking in, the pineal gland. But if they don't tell you about seeing beyond what they give you, you see, then you're going to take it as their A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, be all, end all. Once you take it in as that, it affects your heart chakra. It affects your heart chakra. I'm going to say that for the people in the back. Whatever you taking in affects your heart chakra. And if your heart and your head is not in alignment, it's going to affect your spirit and your soul. So they know about alignment, that we must be in alignment, mind, heart, and soul. You see? Father, I am the head. You see? Son is the essence, source, frequency. Father, Son, Spirit. The Spirit is the Holy Spirit, the divine essence within us. They know what they're doing. I get so angry every time I come. I'm so angry with these preachers and teachers and ministers and women and men of God that they don't come up with this stuff like this. They see it's not working. Anybody who don't see that the world is in a bad place right now, they are a part of the problem. And they want you to stay, not being aware. Every pastor should have rose by now, since 2020. Seeing the devil, calling out the devil, and trying to bring the people together in love, but that's not happening. This all got like this because we all ran in that church and we believe what they said, that God said, that third-party situation, that who say, I say, she says shit. We believe them. The whole world believed in that Jesus Christ story, that Bible book. And look where we are now. But the churches are not trying to get the people together to reassess that story out of that book. That Jesus Christ they gave us. They're not trying to undo that. They're not trying to defeat that, refute that. They're still trying to make people believe the story without saying that the story is a lie. They're just going to keep talking as if people are not aware of the lie. They're just going to sweep that under the rug, and we're going to keep on moving as if this never happened. Again, in order to fix anything, you got to go to the root cause of the problem. And the root cause of the problem is train them when you're young so that they won't depart from it. You hear me what I say? It's embedded in us. It's in our unconscious mind, and it's a program that's running. And until you become aware of that program that's running, that unconscious behavior, that unconscious thing that you just say and you don't know why you say, we will continue to be tricked by the people in that church, by the people in the school, by the people in the government. That's going to be hard for people to elevate, rise, expand their consciousness, the frequency of love that flows from their heart, that's connected to the one source that everything is. We got to look at what we have done ourselves.